In the ILP, we said ILP and Riin, registration of indigenous inhabitants of Nagaland. In your village, if non-Nagas are there, Indian citizen or illegal migrants, it is your responsibility to report to the authority. Or if they are not, they are Indian citizen, they should possess the permit. So all these systems are introduced. Over the years, we learned that some non-Nagas, including the Indian citizens, particularly who had reside in urban areas, including our Nepalis and Gorkhas and plain people, many people had got Indigenous certificate, which is not right. We introduced this registration of indigenous inhabitants of Nagaland. And who is the authority? Village is the ultimate authority to certify that a certain person is native to that village. No authority can certify. And those who are here before the cut off year, or even before India independence also, they cannot become indigenous. Say example for Nagas, in your own state, your own location, you are indigenous. I'm from Kohima district. My village is Topema. So if I want for myself or my children, my village body, village chairman and the committee has to certify that I'm a descendant of that and he is native of that village. If false recommendation, certification is done, then it becomes a criminal case, which is punishable under the law. So, those who had received the non-Nagas, or even say Nagas in Manipur, Assam, Arunachal, they are indigenous in their own place, and we are indigenous in our own place. There is a move in 16-point agreement, integration of Naga contiguous area. If we all come under one umbrella, one government, we will be equal indigenous inhabitants. Because I'm from Kohima district, I cannot go to Mokokchun or Zainabodo to ask for indigenous certificate. My village is not there. My district, where my village is, will issue the indigenous. And therefore, this is very important. And Bengal Eastern Frontier Regulation Act, so as I said, it is not only for Nagas, but for all the tribals. Therefore, tribals, unless you decide to make your separate law, any tribals can go to any tribal place and live and buy. There is a confusion in the government authority also. and among the peoples also. You being a tribal, you are privileged. And therefore that confusion should not be there. We will have more clarity on that. And as you are aware, when we introduced registration of indigenous inhabitants of Nagaland, we said that the 1970 notification includes any Nagas of Nagaland. Then 4 tribes, Kuki, Kathari, Garo, Mikirs. So for those things, since these tribal peoples of that 4, they are in almost all the states in the northeast. That's why unless they certify, they do enumeration, there is chance of migration and issue of wrong certificates. And if it comes to the attention of the government, it will become a big issue. So I want our people to know that we should help one another and we should take care of our village jurisdiction. Therefore, collectively, we should work together. Why Naga village council or tribal council is important? Because in the agreement, first is village council, range council and tribal council. In 1990s, this range council was abolished. I was area council member and I was area council chairman of Northern Angami. And it was done away. Now in the history, that Dimapur was known as Panchayat. But since we are exempted from that Panchayati Raj Act, we are exempted from there. Because Panchayati Raj is a system of election. But for us, it is a selection, a purest form of democracy. We don't do election in the village level. So, in the 16-point agreement, village council, range council and tribal council. Today, why we are a customary law also practiced in village level and other administrative centers as subordinate court. And DC also you have Dubashi court at district level. And therefore, to uphold our tradition, our customary law, we have to have workshop, we have to have full discussions. We have collected all the tribes of Nagaland, their customary laws, and we are in the process of making a common customary law referring to one another. And therefore, I feel that it is everybody's responsibilities. Like 4 tribes, they refused to do enumeration. Then they went to High Court and brought a stay order. High Court cannot give a indigenous certificate. They cannot certify that they are indigenous. It is the people. You are indigenous. Indigenous means There's an empty area and you settled from time immemorial. You have not robbed somebody, you have not conquered somebody. People may be there, but they had abolished, and you have occupied, and you become indigenous. Like America, the most powerful man, Donald Trump, is the president of America. But he is not indigenous. In America, it is the Red Indians. And in Australia, it is the Aborigines. In New Zealand, Maoris are the indigenous. That's why some migrated people, be Indian citizen or otherwise, cannot simply become indigenous. So I think if we can work together, we can resolve these issues. And it is so important that Dimapur area, if the people, the leaders come together and resolve these issues, then the whole Naga area can be resolved anytime, and we can protect our rights, our indigenous right. People come, but because we need them, that's why we try to conceive them, or we give false certificate, giving them protections, and therefore we should not do that. We have to be truthful. So this is a responsibility of everybody. Dimapur area, Tenime Union is so important. This Dimapur is not only Tenime area, it is a miniature Nagaland. All tribes, a miniature India, even Indian citizens are here. And if we can resolve this issue discreetly, Naga has a future. We, living in the Indian Union, we also cannot harass Indian citizens, genuine citizens. We are against illegal migrants. We have to be very careful on that. And so today is a very important platform for all of us while celebrating 50th years of the institution of Tenime Union Dimapur. If Dimapur area, we can handle it, the whole Nagaland and Naga areas in other states also, we will survive as a people. But you are trying to find fault in me, I'm trying to find fault in you, and we're spending all our times quarreling among ourselves, not quarreling with or speaking for our right with our adversaries, but wasting all our precious and resources. And therefore, to survive as a Naga people, to resolve all our issues, including Naga issue, Tenime unity and brotherhood, this should be strengthened, and then unite the rest of the Naga tribes also, contribute that strength, bringing together the Nagas, so that we will not lost or destroy ourselves, but uphold our history, our identity, and live with other communities in full cooperation and grow together. With these few words, I thank you and I wish you all the very best. And look forward that when we celebrate as centenary, Tenime union and its brotherhood will grow from strength to strength to another level. Thank you, Kugnalim.